Hello everyone, it is me, Mega Maniacs here, back for another video. And in today's video we're doing something a little bit interesting. So we all know the LEGO movies, there's quite a few of them. And in my quest to play every single LEGO game ever made, we're gonna have to get to the weird, wacky tie-in games for the LEGO movies. And that's what we're doing in this video. We're going to be looking at the tie-in games for the LEGO movies. Now, there is a stipulation that we're not talking about the first LEGO movie video game. We're not talking about that one, because I already did a video on that one back in October of last year. It's been a while, because I didn't own these games at the time, so I just made a video on that game. But in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Movie 2 video game and the LEGO Ninjago movie video game, which just so happen to be some of the lowest reviewed LEGO games of all time. People don't really like these ones. The LEGO Movie video game is commonly considered the worst rated LEGO game, up there with LEGO Indiana Jones 2, so it'll be very interesting to take a look at these games. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with the LEGO Ninjago movie video game. Now, this video game is a game that I've been wanting to play for quite some time. You see, ever since July of last year, wow, time flies, I've been keeping my eye on this game because most review sites, most sources would state this game is one of the most disliked LEGO games, well, review-wise, one of the least reviewed LEGO games. And it is very odd that this was here. Most of the things I've heard from this game were that it was kind of incomplete and overpriced, so I was very interested to play this game. And man, you know what? I don't know if this is a hot take, but I actually really like this game. Now, this is by no means the best LEGO game I have ever played, but it's kind of up there. Like, it's pretty good. And this is a complete plot twist to me, because I really was not expecting this game to be that great. It just kind of sewed up and was really good. So this entire game is based on the LEGO Ninjago movie. Now, I made a whole review on that movie back in February if you want to watch that, but let's just say that this game is actually very good at, you know, adapting the movie. It does a pretty good job. I don't think it's great by any means. I don't think any of these LEGO movie tie-in games are that great at recapturing the movie perfectly, but I think it does a fine enough job. We're back to using our the cutscenes are a little weird, but we're back to using just scenes from the movie as cutscenes, like half the time. Like, half the time we have just scenes from the movie as the cutscenes, which I was kind of critical of the LEGO movie video game for doing that, but honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it was that big of a deal. I might have just been grumpy in that video. If you rewatch that video, you could tell how just in shambles I was. I was so sick during that video, lord. Or I might have just been grumpy, but I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal that they just used the scenes from the movie as cutscenes. But, like, that's only half the time. Other times they do have pre-rendered cutscenes that are, like, actually there and it's transistence in the gameplay. So it's really weird. I don't know why it's, like, half and half. That's a little odd, but it's whatever. But from the first tutorial level, I was very, very surprised. Because this game comes out of nowhere swinging. This LEGO game might have the best combat I have ever seen in a LEGO game. Now, combat isn't like a main staple of LEGO games. Like, yeah, it's important, but there's a lot of other things in LEGO games that are more important. I'm more critical of when, like, boss fights aren't done well in LEGO games, because those are, like, big events, and when they're not done well, it can kind of be a little wacky. But I think the combat here is the best you're gonna find out of a LEGO game. Now, does it feel like your average LEGO game combat? Yeah, it actually does, surprisingly. Even though it changes a lot and adds, like, combos and all these other different moves and so much to the combat, right? Like, different button combos that do different attacks, like, it's different from your average LEGO game combat, but that sense of normal combat is still there. Like, your base attack is still the normal LEGO game combat, which is really good. I feel like this kind of combat was almost needed for a Ninjago game. As far as I know, this is the only mainline, like, fully released by TT Games, or really any bigger game studio, Ninjago game that has ever been made. Not including, like, the browser games and whatever. There's a lot of those, but, like, actual Ninjago games, this is the only real one, and I think it actually is pretty good. I think the combat here is perfect for a Ninjago game. I honestly would have been upset if the combat wasn't like this, because it does make you feel like a ninja, and I think that's kind of the point, you know? You gotta feel like a ninja, you know? You gotta really immerse yourself in the Ninjago world, and I think if you were just doing normal combat, it really wouldn't work that well. You also got stuff like wall running, which is here, like, yeah, wall running in a LEGO game. And the skill tree? There's a straight up skill tree in this game. No, granted, it's not, like, fully fleshed out, and it's not that hard to fully max out the skill tree, but still, I mean, it's cool that it's there. Like, it's not every day you see a skill tree in a LEGO game. The tutorial boss is this straight up Sicken, who's, like, an actual menace. This dude is a full Elden Ring boss. Overall, I think the LEGO Ninjago movie video game does a lot right. I think where it kind of falters is in the price of this game, and the length, and also the just overall presentation. I think other than the combat, I think this game doesn't have much else to offer. Of course, there's, like, the fan service stuff, like, you can play as the original Ninjago cast, and it overall works pretty neat. Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff in the open world to explore. However, I don't think there's much else other than the combat gameplay-wise. Like, those puzzles that LEGO games are known for. Like, LEGO games are known for their puzzles and interesting ways of beating levels that really make you think. And some of the best LEGO games have a really good balance of great gameplay and combat and amazing puzzles. This game really doesn't have puzzles. They are very few and far between, and they really just hone in on the combat. And as much as I love the combat, later in the game it does kind of start to get repetitive. Like, I want to do a puzzle, you know? I want to go do something else, have a break from the combat. Because that's what the puzzles were great for. Instead of just a beat-em-up simulator with Lego, there was more to it. There was those breaks in combat that the Lego Ninjago movie video game really just doesn't have. This is my life now. I'm analyzing the Lego Ninjago movie video game. What happened? And I also gotta say, this game is like $50, $60 retail, which, no, that's bad. That is no good. I think that is far too overpriced for this game. That isn't actually that long. Like, it's fine length, but for $50, $60, I mean, you should be getting more out of this game, right? I don't think you're getting the full experience. You're not getting $60 worth of game here. I don't think so. The post-game experience is kind of cool. There's like these dungeons, optimal levels where you can just kind of fight mini-bosses and do other cool stuff like that. And there's some really interesting and cool mini-bosses here that, as a very big Ninjago fan, makes me very, very happy. And overall, as a Lego game, I don't think it's that bad, and as a Ninjago game, it's also pretty good. I think, overall, a game like this is a really good Ninjago game. But my god, I cannot recommend it at full price. Like, I think if you have, like, PS Plus, or it might be on Game Pass, I don't know if it's on Game Plus, but I know for sure it's on PlayStation Plus, so if you have that, I would recommend playing the Lego Ninjago movie video game, but if not, no, stay away. Do not pay full price for this game, because it is not worth it. It's a cool game, it has a lot of neat features, but it is not worth full price. Alright, let's go right ahead and move on over to the next Lego game that isn't as good and actually deserves its title of being kind of disliked. Lego Movie 2, the game. Oh boy. Oh no. Yo, I don't know what to say about this game. It's just coming out right now, just going into it. This is probably the most boring Lego game I have ever played. Oh my god. There were times during this game, genuinely I was struggling to stay awake. This game is mind-numbing. And I know that might be absolutely insane just to come right out of the gate with, like, that's wild accusation there, Mega. Starting off, I think this game is just, I don't even know where to go with this game. It is just boring, right? This game is boring. It's not really built like your average Lego game. It tries to go for a more open world approach to a Lego game, which I can kind of respect it. Like, there's no traditional levels. There's just like quests you go on planets. So like you have your main area, Apocalypseburg, where this is like your main starting area, and you just want to kind of walk around the area just doing random quests. And that's pretty much the entire game, really. It's pretty much open world. It's basically, this entire game is a post-game of, like, most Lego games, like, the world opens up after the post-game experience, and you can go explore and see the world and, like, collect characters, and that's all in the post-game, right? Like, you can do some of it while you're doing the story, yes, but for the most part, you still have your linear levels and your linear progression. This entire game is open, And I actually don't think that's a bad idea for a LEGO game, but the world is so empty. Like, every world is just empty. Like, for example, the space world, with a classic space world. I'm a big classic space fan, so I was hyped for this. It's just not very interesting. It would have been cool. I think the main reason they're not interesting is because all of them are so small. Like, I feel like I'm playing on a 64 by 64 base plate. A gray base plate. Like, I don't feel like I'm playing on like an actual open world, you know? I feel like if we had worlds that were like, for example, a pun not intended, LEGO worlds, to where those areas are a lot more open and free. You could have, like, for example, the space area, you could have like black Tron bases everywhere that you need to infiltrate and do stuff with. And not even need to. If you want to, you can infiltrate them, just kind of have them be optional side quests if you want to. But you do infiltrate a Blackstron base here, but you don't do much. You just kind of take a little power crystal and then leave. That's really about it. I mean, this game is basically just walking simulator. You walk over to Batman, and Batman tells you what to do. You walk over to the pirate guy, Metalbeard, and he tells you what to do. And then you walk over to Unikitty, and then Unikitty tells you to fire a laser at the Duplo Man. And then you fire the laser at the Duplo Man. You press like 2 buttons to do that, and then you walk back to Alfred, and then you tell Alfred. Alfred tells you what to do, and then you go to build a spaceship using like 2 buttons, and then you get in spaceship, and then you fly to space area, and then spacemen tell you what to do, and it's just like, it is so mind-numbing. Like, I'm not doing anything. The building mechanics in this game are kind of back from the first LEGO Movie video game, but they're a bit new here. You basically have an inventory of like your normal building instructions where you can build certain things to help you out in certain situations, like a sprinkler to put out fires, or a generator to, you know, like turn on a light bulb, or like, I think one of the quests was to turn on a light bulb, which is really weird, but like to electrocute someone, you know, like that's your normal build menu. And then you have your super build menu, which has your like bigger builds, like houses or spaceships or whatever else you need in this circumstance. Hey everyone, it is the editor here, and in this section, for some reason I forgot to mention a very crucial part. There are loot boxes in this game. Don't ask me, they're just here. You want some loot boxes? Well, they have loot boxes in this game. You could get some useless items, like a magic wand, which I couldn't figure out how to do anything with, or a hammer. Yeah, it takes me back to the days of opening Halo 5 rep packs. I do not miss those days. I really do not miss those days. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty important, so I figured I'd mention it. Back to the normal video now. But like, you're not, like, it's still just not very interesting because you're building the same 3 things over and over and over again, and it just gets boring. I don't know what else to say about this game. The gameplay is not very fun. The combat is really weird in this game. It looks like they're trying to do the similar thing to the LEGO Ninjago movie video game, to where like the enemies are like lighting up in certain areas to indicate when you can do like a combo or whatever. But I couldn't get the combat to work fully. Like, I would hit, like, some of these enemies, like, take, like, 500 hits to do anything. My normal attack didn't do anything against the Blackstron guys, so I just ended up having to, like, just jump on them like they were Goombas to get them to go away. Like, I don't know what happened to the combat. Like, what happened? I don't know what to say. I wasn't a huge fan of the normal Lego Movie video game, but that game was actually not bad. This game is, yeah, no, it's pretty bad. It makes the first one look really good in comparison. I don't know why it's like this. I don't know. Yeah, it's boring. Don't play it. It's not like it's like there's nothing here that's like openly terrible, but it's just not. It's just not. No. No. I can't say anything on the story because I honestly don't remember anything that happened in the Lego Movie 2. I watched that movie once when it came out, and I hadn't watched it since. Plus, I was still in my Lego Dark Ages when it came out, so I really don't remember anything that happened from it, so... yeah. I can't really speak on if the story's accurate or not, but I don't think that would save this game. Alright, that's all I really have to say on these games. Let's go right ahead and go on to the outro. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. I am back. Whoa, it's me. I'm alive again. I'm back. I know it's been a while since my Bionicle video, my longest video I have ever made. Now, yes, that video didn't do great, but it still did fine, and honestly, it speaks more to me of how far we've come, considering a video with, like, 200 views is, like, a 9 out of 10. Like, that would have been a 1 out of 10 a year ago. So, that's awesome. Like, thank you for that. Even though the video didn't do good, I think it highlights how far we have come. It also highlights that I don't really care, and it's awesome. And the video was great. We had so much fun making it, and it was just awesome. Thank you for the support, but I am back from my hiatus. If you're new here, after the Bionicle video, I took like a 2-3 week hiatus depending on when this video comes out, but I am back now. I am back to my normal uploading schedule of at least 3 videos a month. It's gonna be great. I have a bunch of content planned for this month. Maybe some surprise videos. Before I go, I want to shout out my second channel called Just Mega. I'm uploading on there again. I just kind of upload whatever. I'm currently working on a review of Star Wars The Acolyte, because that show is so wacky, I had to talk about it. But it didn't really fit the main channel, so I'm talking about it over there. So, if you want to go support, I upload some goofy stuff over on the second channel. Go right ahead, go subscribe. I don't really have an upload schedule, I just kind of post whatever I want on that channel. So if you want to see more Mega, there you go. And yeah, that's all I really have to say for this video. More videos coming very, very soon. I cannot wait to tell you what I have planned. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.